Here are the 2 times you can produce growth hormone. Same thing as falling off a mountain or getting in a car accident. What did you do? You've injured your body. You've injured the tissues, the muscles, the bones in your body, which makes your brain go, oh my God, we have to repair. What is the repair mechanism? The repair mechanism is massive amounts of growth hormone. How are you going to produce that growth hormone if you don't have arginine in your bloodstream? And remember, eating protein isn't going to do it. Because when arginine is with its brother and sister amino acids in a protein chain, it can't produce growth hormone. So L-arginine, anywhere near another amino acid or a protein, will absolutely shut down in terms of nitric oxide or producing growth hormone or testosterone. It's simply not going to happen, because then it turns into the protein chain instead of being a free-form amino acid and crossing the blood-brain barrier. So if you think about it, if you're lifting a weight, if you're a bodybuilder, powerlifter, or you're just lifting some weights, guess what happens when you lift those weights? You create tiny fissures in the muscle. Tiny, tiny fissures. So particularly in the pecs, okay, or the larger muscles of the body, you're lifting weights, right? And you're creating those tiny fissures. It's the whole anabolic process and the metabolic process of building muscle. You have tiny fissures in the muscle because you're lifting weights, okay? And that tells the body you're injured. It looks at that as an injury. It's going to view lifting weights as an injury. And it doesn't mean you go to the point where you get injured, but it does mean you have to do 8 reps to failure. Here's the magic number. If you can lift more than, if you can do more than 8 reps at a time, instead of 8 reps to failure, you're not going to produce growth hormone, and you're not going to produce the mechanism that calls for L-arginine to build the muscle, rebuild the muscle, or any muscle in the body and bones by producing growth hormone for the hypothalamic pituitary axis. So those little tiny fissures are created when you lift the weight, but it has to be 8 reps to failure. And please do not hyperextend, okay? If you hyperextend a weight, then what's holding the weight up? The bones. The bones are holding up the weight. You've totally ruined that entire exercise in terms of becoming anabolic, increasing your muscle mass, and not causing undue stress on the bones and the joints, but really you're looking for results.